recent hike, a memory emerged of an experience I had walking a labyrinth. I think the trail shook this memory from me because it was so very twisty. I had no clear idea of where it was heading. All I could do was follow the path in front of me. Hello, I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's. It's a teaching memoir about my husband Harvey and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. So today I want to tell you about this labyrinth experience, and I had a hard time coming up with a good, succinct description of what a labyrinth is and what the experience is like. So I turned to Veriditas. Veriditas is an organization that facilitates personal and community transformation through the use of the labyrinth. So this is from their website. The labyrinth is a walking meditation, a path of prayer, and an archetypal blueprint where psyche meets spirit. It has only one path that leads from the outer edge in a circuitous way to the center. There are no tricks to it and no dead ends. Unlike a maze where you lose your way, the labyrinth is a spiritual tool that can help you find your way. And I'll provide a link at in the description of this video to Veriditas, so you can learn more about the labyrinth. And they even have a tool where you can find and search for a labyrinth in your area or wherever you are in the world. Well, this labyrinth experience occurred about 2 months prior to Harvey's official diagnosis. And I was excited about it because I'd experienced other labyrinths before and they had always been very meaningful to me. But that excitement turned to dread when the facilitator asked us to carry this question with us into the labyrinth. What do you need healing from? Well, all of my fear and sadness and anger that I'd been bottling just burst out. And I knew I was going to have to walk this labyrinth, and to quell that swirling of emotions, I began to say to myself, I am on this path. I am walking this path wherever it takes me. I will walk in trust. But almost as soon as I started saying that to myself, a counter thought came to me. I don't want to be on this path. I want to get off. I want to leave. Because I realized that this path of the labyrinth was a metaphor for my path going forward. But I didn't leave. I stayed. I cried a lot. And one of the beautiful things about a labyrinth experience is when you do it in community. From the outside, watching all the participants walk serenely on this labyrinth, it looks like a beautiful dance. From inside the labyrinth, it feels like part of the dance of community. And as I was walking and crying, even though no one there knew what was in my heart and what was going on with me, I felt supported by this community of walkers, and it made me realize that I was not alone, and Harvey and I would not be alone as we continued on our path. We would be accompanied by our friends and family who were going to walk alongside us. I made my way to the center. And in the center, I was able to gain some calm. I took some deep breaths. I wanted to get in touch with my authentic self, the divine spark within, and make peace. And I think I did that. And I carried it out into the world as I left the labyrinth. When I completed my path, my journey in the labyrinth, I stopped and watched everyone else complete their paths. And I realized that the labyrinth as a whole was a symbol for a singular life. Yes, part of my path was going to involve my husband and younger onset Alzheimer's disease, but the whole of my life was more than that. And the whole of my life was going to be beautiful and complex and be well and keep your balance.